At this point, I don't know what's going on. Because after orientation, I had to get the kids, and after I got the kids, I had to literally come to the shelter, and then I get in here ready to take me a hot shower. They telling me about a room change. Yeah, Miss Brown, you got to get up and go to the room on the third floor. What? Third floor? Baby, I am comfortable. I am situated. Why are y'all moving me? So I immediately got frustrated because y'all, I don't know what it is, but every time we have to go from hotel to hotel, the car, the outside, all of that has gave me some type of anxiety to the point where I'm very emotional every time we gotta fucking move. So yes, I started crying. I having a mental breakdown because why are y'all moving me? Why are y'all aggravating me? Why can't I just come in and take me a hot shower and lay down and take me a nap until dinner? Why can't I do that? So at this point, the kids was running around, nobody was listening. So guess what I did? I put a belt to ass, and that's when everybody started listening. Okay. So then after that, we had eventually finally got settled out of this room to.
Wait, hold on. By the way, the caption says single mother of 3 homeless to shelter edition. But she says something in there. She basically said because they just told her she had to switch her room, which, if I'm just being honest, I mean, you're not paying a bill in there. I mean, that's not the end of the world. You just having to switch your room. But she said basically that put her in a hyper emotional state to the point to where she was having a mental breakdown. And as we could hear as this whole clip was going, you just hear the kids around being kids. That's what comes with kids. They're just it was nonstop. Like even me listening to it. Let's listen to it again. Listen.
Frustrated because y'all, I don't know what it is, but every time we have to go from hotel to hotel, the car, the outside, all of that has gave me.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you choose. You hear all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's driving me crazy. But if you have kids, that's what comes with having kids. So, do I think that when you're in a emotional what she said was she was having a mental breakdown, is that the time to discipline your kids? When it could be possible that you got all that stuff going around, you're hearing it, and it's driving you crazy because you're upset, you're super emotional, and then now that's an opportunity or that's the time to discipline your kids and put belt to A, as she said. I don't know. I don't know if you should have did that in that circumstance. I mean, if they weren't listening, okay. But you already said you were having or on the verge of having a mental breakdown. So I think reasonable people can say that that could also contribute to you being elevated. And I don't like when people try to take out, for one, the situation that they put on themselves, but then they just take their stress out on their kids. I don't like that if that's what's going on, because I'm not trying to mischaracterize the situation. Y'all, before we get back into it, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype.
Some type of anxiety to the point where I'm very emotional every time we gotta fucking move. So yes, I started crying. I having a mental breakdown because why are y'all moving me? Why are y'all aggravating me? Why can't I just come in and take me a hot shower and lay down and take me a nap until dinner? Why can't I do that? So at this point, the kids was running around, nobody was listening. So guess what I did? I put a belt to ass, and that's when everybody started listening. Okay. So then after that, we had eventually finally got settled out of this room to head to the next room. And y'all, when we got in the next room, it pissed me off a little bit more, and I was just crying a little bit more and a little bit harder. Because why y'all put us in this room with this tight ass bathroom? We can't even breathe in the bathroom all the way, okay? That's how tight it was. So I got aggravated even looking at the bathroom being so tight and small. I just said, okay, let me go get some food because I already know we missed lunch. Then my kids, they was hugging me and kissing me and giving me love and all that because they're like, Mommy, we crying, you're crying, and we don't want you to cry. We don't want you to be aggravated. We're actually moving with you. We're moving around with you, so don't be upset. You know what? They always giving me that pep talk, and it kind of calmed me down a little bit, especially after I ate my food. I was good after.
Your kids are not here to give you a pep talk. What the? Hold on, man. Because, see, I feel strongly about this, and you can feel however you want to feel. But you decide to have these kids. These kids are innocent. They have nothing to do with the situation. They didn't put you in the situation, and they're ultimately not responsible to be able to take care of the situation or make things right. I don't think you should be crying and in distress in front of your kids because your kids don't understand what's going on and they may misinterpret what's going on because they're just reading your body language and they're ultimately reading your emotional state. For all they know, the world might about to be ending in soon. So I don't recommend you explain to them what's going on about, oh, we're in a shelter, we're homeless, whatever. But at the same time, what I ultimately am just saying is you need to be able to separate your emotions, not separate your emotions, but you need to be able to consolidate that and make sure that you don't show that to your kids, in my opinion, especially when they're this young. Really, I think at just about all ages, while they're kids, let them enjoy their childhood. I don't think that they should be seeing you crying hysterically. Go somewhere else because you got to be responsible for this, and ultimately they can't do anything about it. And that can be frustrating for a child to see their parent in such a mental state, but can't do anything about it. That they're helpless. And so I feel like, listen, there's nothing they can do to help in the situation. So just go somewhere else with that because you're ultimately going to have to continue to navigate it anyway. You decided to be in this situation.
That, Then after we got McDonald's, they wanted to stop at the store and get slushies. I got them a slushie, y'all. When I say I don't know what they be putting in this slushie, but when I say the slushie is good, baby. When I say I can eat about 3 or 4 slushies a day, that's how good it is. Okay. So yes, I love me a slushie. It just wakes the inner kid in me up. Cause baby, I love a slushie. But anyways, y'all, I'm just so irritated. I'm ready to be in my house. Like I'm ready to be in my house. Why are airplanes flying past when I'm trying to do a voiceover? Y'all see, I'm real fucking aggravated today. I don't know what it is, but today just ain't been my day. And then my dad's birthday tomorrow. So yeah, I will not be posting tomorrow. I will not even be on here tomorrow. So yeah. I love y'all and I hope everybody else having a great day because I'm having a fucked up ass day today. And I just apologize for my customer. Y'all, I'm irritated. I'm irritated, okay? And not only that, I'm ready to be in my house. I'm ready to be settled with my babies. I'm tired of moving. I'm tired of being stuck in a place that I really don't want to be in. But I gotta sit here and be grateful for this place. But yeah, we got to get in our house like ASAP. Like I don't know how much I can take more of this, okay? But I love y'all and give me some encouraging words in the comments before I crack.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? In what world does a homeless person immediately just that's on the street immediately think that they're just about to get into a house? In what world does that happen where you could be homeless and then all of a sudden you just upgrade straight to house? No apartment, no studio, nothing. In the US, that's where. Because see what that reveals, because clearly she doesn't have a job, right? She's not working. So in what world can you be homeless, not working, but coming soon, I'm about to have my house? Only in the US, where you're waiting things out. You're in a transitional period. You're in limbo on a waiting list, waiting to be put somewhere where once you're there, everything will be all expense paid. And then you don't have to worry about it anymore. What it seems like is it sounds like she's basically on the waiting list for Section 8. And it sounds like she pretty much knows that it's coming pretty soon. And so this is what we see. She's just trying to survive right now in between until she can get Section 8. But what if Section 8 wasn't a thing? What if you literally had to be prepared? And what if you literally had to take full responsibility for your situation that you decided to take on impulsively? I'm assuming. What would you do then? Because people need to start thinking like that. Because these were decisions. Listen, she's up walking around. She doesn't have anything wrong with her. She had a fair shot just like all of us. But it seems like there's an incentivization to be able to just do whatever you want. I mean, she doesn't have one, two. She has 3 kids. At what point are we not looking at that as you chose to do that? If you have one, you know exactly what it feels like to have one and how much responsibility it is. If you have two, now you're like, okay, that double things. It's double as hard now. And then you have another one. and now you're living in a homeless shelter. Again, y'all, if you could like the video, only takes a second. All right, so the caption for this next one, it says, y'all, I think she made the goal now. Let's see, oh my goodness, I hate when people cannot spell on their captions. They literally said, now let's see if this humbles her. And right in here, it says, help stop eviction. So I'm guessing she's trying to crowdfund. If you don't know what crowdfund means, it means you have an audience or you have a lot of people in one place and you try to get everybody to give a small amount of money that really wouldn't impact them too heavily. But as it continues to multiply, the more people, if it goes to an individual, it can actually have a big impact. So for example, every 1,000 people in here, everybody give $1. Everybody give $2. Now, everybody just gave $2. It doesn't break the bank for them, but you just got $2,000. So it seems like that's what she's trying to do to stop an eviction.
Chat, y'all. 260 left on the goal. Every single dollar helps. Every single dollar counts. 260 left on the gold, chat. Every single dollar helps. Every single dollar counts. Hey, Cindy, 302 people in here. I know we can knock out this last little bit of our gold, chat. Every single dollar counts. Every single dollar helps, y'all. Let's go ahead and knock out our last little bit. Every single dollar helps. Every single dollar counts. Really? Yeah, my CA is down, y'all.
Oh, is that how they doing, y'all? She's not even attentive. She's multitasking while the money's just flowing in. And doing it monotone. Every single dollar helps. Every single dollar counts. Come on, y'all. Almost to the goal. Doesn't it seem like wash, rinse, and repeat? Like she does this so much that at this point, it don't even have, like she's expecting it. Like, come on. You know, it's Thursday. Every single dollar counts. Every single dollar counts. Come on. It's Thursday. Then here comes Saturday. All right, y'all. Y'all know the drill. Every single dollar helps. Every single, come on, we're almost there. Come on, get it. Come on, chop, chop. What in the F is this?
I only have Apple Pay. Team Nana, thank you so much. I haven't received any Apple Pays though. If anybody's been asking for the Apple Pay information, if y'all haven't sent any Apple Pays, I haven't received them. Chat, y'all. 260 left. Everyone send $1. Everyone send $1.
Business as usual.
$260 left on the go. Happy Friday. It is Friday, ain't it? $260 left on the go, chat. Every single dollar counts. Every single dollar helps. $260 left on the go. Every single dollar helps. Every single dollar counts, chat. Teamwork in the chat. Teamwork in the chat. Hey, it's 285 people on here, and it's only $260 left on the goal, and the eviction needs to be stopped today, and it's literally 12 fucking p.m., and this is an emergency, so I need y'all in here worried about the dang goal. Hey! If you want to help me stop the eviction, drop an apple in the chat. $1 goes a long way. I'm not distracted. I'm just back here filling out a job application, so I don't be on here begging for $1 next month.
Oh, wow. They playing in your face like this? They're playing in your face like this. She just started tapping on the screen like, come on, it's 12. It's 12. I got ish to do. I got to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, wow. She's like, y'all taking too long. Come on, hurry up. Let's get it. This money is already spent. Hurry up. Like she's like, time is money. I'm a busy woman. Get to it. Wow. Playing in your face like this. And people are still falling for this. And isn't it coming in sound entitled? Imagine if you were walking down the street and a panhandler or a homeless person just came up to you and started like tapping on your shoulder. Excuse me. Come on. It's almost this time. I need something to eat. Give me some money. You're not even being humble about it. And you don't even have to panhandle in the way that was traditionally where you would have to put yourself out there. Now you can just open up a phone. It's very frictionless. It's very easy. It's very user friendly, right? And you can just make money appear out of thin air just like that. And there's no visibility. So for all you know, in a lot of cases, there's no visibility. A lot of these people don't like to use GoFundMe where you can see the visible thermometer, and you also have a history of all the past donations that have been coming through, as well as seeing when they hit the goal. For all you know, she might have hit the goal already. She's saying she needs to raise 260. She's getting it on Cash App. Little do you know, she made 2,600. This says, accepting that I'm about to be homeless.
Oddly enough, I actually feel free with accepting the fact that I've been homeless. I'm about to be homeless. For a few years now, I've been terrified of being homeless. I've been just on the edge every time since like 2021, 2022. And finally, I'm tired of giving my energy to this fear. I'm just accepting my fate, my circumstances. And yeah, I'm tired of trying to keep up. There is no keeping up. And I mean, I feel achy, like part of me does want to cry, but I've been more anxious about not knowing what's going to happen rather than just accepting what's about to happen. So yeah, I'm not gonna wait for some sweepstakes or miracle or stroke of luck to save me. I'm just going to accept that I'm about to be homeless. And I've been doing some research. Easier said than done, and with no car, tricky. But I think with house sitting gigs that I have, I'll have some periods of time where I'm warm and I get to take a shower. And then also I've been looking at people saying gym memberships. I'm gonna get fit, finally, Not finally, I've been fit before, but, girl was packing on some since that cat died. Since the kitten died, I've been eating all my feelings. And now it's not even about the kitten, it's just about me eating a lot. Hence how we got here. So yeah, it's this weird thing of, I feel almost bad even asking for help because, I mean, I know it's not just my irresponsibility. It is just that years of just trying to catch up, working overtime, doing all these things, getting burnt out, and then not having enough energy to work anymore. Like, it's a series of
Whoa.
choices, circumstances.
Whoa. This went off the rails fast. Did y'all hear all of that? That was very important. We got to break that down.
I've been eating all my feelings, and now it's not even about the kitten, it's just about me eating a lot. Hence how we got here. So yeah,
it's about me eating a lot. Hence how we got here. Eating out a lot? That's one thing that she disclosed. I don't know if she meant to. So, one point.
It's this weird thing of, I feel almost bad even asking for help because, I mean, I know it's not just my irresponsibility. It is just that years of just trying to catch up, working overtime, doing all these things, getting burnt out, and then not having enough energy to work anymore.
Getting burnt out and then not having enough energy to work anymore. Point 2. Sounds like somebody might have quit their job because they're talking about they got burnt out and they don't have the energy to work anymore. I done heard it all. That's 2 points on the board. I done heard it all now. I don't have the energy to work anymore, so I'm quitting my job. No disability. I just don't have the energy. It sounds like when people try to say like they need a mental health day, right? That's what it ultimately sounds like she's really conveying. Like she just didn't want to go to work anymore. She got burnt out. She didn't have the energy to continue to endure. She wanted her time. That's 2 points on the board.
Like, it's a series of
choices,
circumstances,
No, not
events that
circumstances.
have led to this. So it's not just my fault.
Oh.
Which is a lot of people don't understand. And another thing people don't understand is like, oh, like, why can't you just suck it up and go stay with family members? So one family member has offered for me to live with her, my older sister, but I would need to have enough money to move from one state to another state that's in a different time zone. That's a lot. I don't have enough to do that. It would take like multiple family members to like pitch in and help me to live somewhere. And I did think my dad.
So let me get this straight. You're about to be homeless. What does that mean? You don't have a job. I mean, excuse me, you're not paying rent. Sounds like you still have a little bit more time. How much? I mean, what? A flight? $300 max. That would take 1 or 2 days of work. You mean to tell me you can't try to get a job? Like, are you trying to get a job? It sounds like she's really taking this burnt out thing as like, that is a hard stop. Like, y'all, my energy levels just are not there. Like, work just drains me so much. Like, that's not even an option. So now we're sitting here trying to, oh yeah, point 3 on the board. So now we're trying to sit here and understand like how to operate within the confines that she created by not being willing to do something. And now you even have an opportunity, a willing opportunity where they're saying you can come stay with them. And now she's even limiting that, just talking about I don't have the money to go on a flight or whatever. Really? Able-bodied people. You're all, like, everything else has panned out. Now the only thing that's on you, you have to come up with $200, $300. Shoot, just leave all your stuff where it's at. Don't tell me about a move or whatever. You're about to end up on the streets. All you got to do is get you from one state to another. You don't even need to bring a bag. Just the clothes on your back, whatever. Whatever you can keep in a carry-on bag, whatever. So you wouldn't have to pay for luggage. Because you're saying you're about to be homeless. And if you want us to take that as an emergency, then we need to see that you're taking that as an emergency and that you're willing to do what it's going to take to be able to ultimately not be homeless. Otherwise, I hope we're not about to try to get to the point where we're about to start begging on this video.
Would tell me, but he just forgets to respond to texts and calls sometimes. So yeah, promises have been made and not been kept, and then he'll tell people, oh, she just doesn't want to be helped.
Didn't I just say it? This is what her own family's saying about her. But I came to that conclusion. She don't want to be helped because that's what victims do. And victims, you'll give them solutions and they'll start telling you all the reasons why it can't work. And then you'll just get frustrated and say, well, okay, we'll be homeless then. Because everything I'm trying to offer, you're not receptive to it and you're not willing ultimately.
So yeah, there's mischaracterization of me to many family members.
No, it ain't.
Of what I'm about or whatever.
All her family is
black
mischaracterizing her.
Whatever.
All her family.
I just need to do what I gotta do, which is what I've been doing for a while. But yeah, I need to do another video about what it's like. How do I explain that living with certain people drives me insane?
Now
and
living
I
with
need
people,
my sanity to keep going.
Look,
or else I'll stay trapped.
Working drains her energy and it burns her out. Living with people takes her sanity. So what she just disclosed. See, she's unwillingly disclosing a lot of her issues. So imagine what she really is reserving and not telling. She's talking about black sheep-ish. So now living with people messes up her sanity. So now we see, because didn't that seem so small? You can't get a flight. I knew that wasn't the real problem. The real problem is she says living with people messes up her sanity. I wonder why that could be. I wonder if it's because there would be some accountability and they would be saying, okay, I said you could live here, but you do have to work. You do have to get a job. And they would be holding her accountable to actually do better for herself. But she would consider that as messing up her sanity. Just let me be in peace and come on TikTok and try to grow this.
What it's like how do I explain that living with certain people, it drives me insane, and I need my sanity to keep going, or else I'll stay trapped. And somehow homelessness seems better. And some
She
people will
wants
think,
to
oh,
be
you're just being
homeless.
really dramatic.
Yep.
But I don't think you understand what it's like to be ridiculed and mocked on a regular basis for years in your life, throughout your life. And people trying to convince you of realities that have existed, things that didn't happen, saying it did happen, or things
Realities
that
that
did happen, saying
existed.
it didn't happen. It is.
She said living with people messes with her sanity. Ma'am, you were already insane. It was already there.
After a few years, it gets to you. It gets to you. So that certain family members, I can't rock with you. Can't do it, because you
Oh
want me to believe
no.
in a reality that would lead to my demise. And I'm not done. Not done yet. So yeah, we're about to be homeless. Oddly,
You know how you know she's insane? Because look, she would rather be homeless than put her pride to the side and just understand, like, you're gonna have to listen to something because you don't know what you're doing. And yeah, I said it. She's insane. She is. And so she's gonna be like a lot of other insane populations that, if you haven't noticed, a lot of homeless people have mental health issues. You'll see it. I seen a homeless dude one time. He was like, I'm a boss. I don't got no boss. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I want to be out here. Y'all the slaves. And I'm not going to lie, there might be a little truth to that. He's free. But at the same time, hey, if that's your philosophy, then you got to down that hill. And so you don't get to take up these stances and these philosophies, but then still feel like other people are supposed to financially support that so that you can continue to live the dream. We're slaves, and you want to live the dream, and you want to be free, and you want to feel like you're uncaged and can't nobody tell you nothing. But we got to fund it, the slaves. Well, shoot, if we're going to be a slave, let us just go ahead and at least enjoy some part of being a slave. You can't have that. There's going to be pros and cons to everything. If you choose to be free and not have to answer and to the constructs of this world, well, then there's going to be cons to that as well. As far as, well, if you want to be that extreme with it, then you're going to have to be willing to sleep under a tree. Just like people who, yeah, they might be slaves in some way working. But what that can come with as well is a little bit of comfort. So there's going to be pros and cons. There's going to be balance to life. And so you got to pick what's worth it to you. And if that's what's worth it to you, you don't get to say, I want everything. You don't get to say, I needed to be perfect. I need to be financially taken care of, and I want to not work because it burns me out. If no one works, then guess what? Society doesn't run. So in some way, you do need to contribute, whether it burns you out or not, because if you're going to be staying in your car, if something happens to that car, you want to be able to take it somewhere and for it to get fixed so that your AC works again in that car, right? If you're burning up in your car, the AC blows out, you're going to want somebody to contribute to fix that for you so that you can be comfortable in your car with the AC and not be burning up, right? Okay. Well, it'd be nice if you did your fair share as well and contributed to what somebody might need when they, hit a rough spot. Her caption says, sometimes you have to stay in the homeless shelter with your babies to get help.
Sometimes you gotta stay in that homeless shelter to get assistance and to get what you need to provide for yourself and your kid so that you can get to where you need in life. In order for me to go to community college and to make it through school, to transfer to a university with my kid, and to get to where I'm at today in life is because humbly, I was down at that shelter like, I have nothing, I need help.
I stayed in some very low income apartments, and I paid $43 every few months for my rent. I was always in the negative because I was broke AF. So sometimes they used to owe me money. I paid my light bill and I paid my car note, and me and my baby made it through some of the hardest times, honestly, but look where I'm at today. You know what I'm saying? Go down.
I'm gonna be real. I'm a little curious about this circumstance. So after she's done talking, I'm going to review her profile a little bit because she looks very, reserved as a woman. It's a stark contrast because we can, you see so many ladies who are just out there, just, you know, but she seems reserved. So I'm just kind of curious if there may be any indications or any clues within her lifestyle that can give us some more context of how she might have ended up in this situation. Listen, outlier situations do happen, anomalies do happen, you know, i.e., an example would be like maybe you have a husband and then they pass away. So I'm going to explore a little bit further and see if we can gather any other clues or context.
Talk to welfare, figure out what you can do. Section 8 is not always available, but there's other resources that come in and grants that do help people. Because I was on the brink of homelessness, I was in a program for foster children.
Okay.
I took a spot, and if I took somebody else's spot, I mean, whatever. This was God's plan for me, so I'm not even gonna do that to myself. But I needed it, and somebody seen me and they prioritized me and they got me into that program, and I stayed in that apartment for 3 years. And I graduated that program. When I got accepted to the University of North Texas from California, you were able to graduate the program. These programs are put here to put you in position. It's just whether or not you decide to utilize it the way that you're supposed to. And I graduated that program. And that apartment helped me build my renter's credit. So much life had happened in that place. I would never regret it. One thing I never did was lose faith. I always knew that I was better than my circumstances. I always knew that I was above it and that these are just circumstances, but this is not who I am. I always knew that to my core. I knew that as a kid. I always knew that. And that is what got me through that. And that's why, humbly, if you know who you are and you know where you're going, sometimes you just gotta take a step back and do what you need to do so that you can get to that point.
I'm kind of jealous of her right now because she's like in her car and it's raining, like it's that perfect rain. I love rainy days. I love it. I love it. I love it. Rain, like, especially if it's not raining too hard and thundering, but just rainy days, so calming. I just love it. But here's the thing, right? We don't even have to look at her profile because she pretty much addressed it. I knew it had to be an anomaly, some type of situation that was out of her control because of the way that she carries herself, ultimately. And I can tell these things. And so what we found out was that she was in foster care, allegedly, apparently. And so she basically came out into the world really with she didn't get a fair shot starting out in life, right? She didn't have parents. So that is why she needs these benefits, and she kind of needed it to get on her feet and while she's dealing with the homeless shelter type stuff. And so that made sense. And I knew it had to be something because I could just tell that this was a different situation. And the way that she carries herself, you carry yourself respectfully, you'll get treated accordingly. But y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why we get more points. And you only get 3 a week. So you'd rather just use it and have it go further with a smaller channel because it goes further with us. And then also, if you go to a video and you don't see the hype button, it's because it's probably been 7 days, and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice. If you want to spend a hype with me, just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot. And then also Patreon is linked below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.